Hey everybody, happy Saturday. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. This is a reaction video to the first two periods by the Flyers. Well, first of all, we'll start with the terrible call at the end of the second period. That was not even remotely close to hitting him barely with his elbow to goalie interference because there were many plays last night, especially if Luongo, when Pavelski put his skate there, which didn't allow him to move his pad over, wasn't interference. Sliding over and barely making contact definitely is an interference. The NHL definitely needs to come out with a concrete rule on what goaltender interference is. It's like the baseball slide rule for at home. You don't really know what the defined clear path is, and it's not thoroughly defined. Either is what goaltender interference is, and that needs to be thoroughly defined. Otherwise, there's going to be all these problems where you have coaches getting into arguments and players getting into arguments, rightfully so, over calls one way or another. Like last night could have easily been goaltender interference because he had his skate in the crease and scored because his skate was in the crease, which wouldn't have been able to allow Luongo to get it across. That goal would have went in either way, but if he interfered, it should have been called, but he didn't, because he went through the crease, provided a good screen, and barely made contact. In the past, most of these calls haven't been called as much as they are this year, so I don't know why this year, all of a sudden, all these goaltender interference calls are hiked. But overall, I'm not defending the Flyers' play. They played better at the end of the second and played more aggressive. And at the very beginning, they played aggressive on the power play, but they usually do in some cases on the power play. They're back and forth, but they need to get going on 5-on-5 play, and they played more aggressive in the second, but still not nearly aggressive enough, and they made way too many mistakes. Two icings led to the Pastrnak goal and the Brad Marchand goal because we kept tired players on the ice, and with the new rule this year, you can't call a timeout. So those two plays really hurt us, with Manning sending it down the ice, and then Hag the time before. And then we let Spooner get his first goal since last year. And overall, we're doing better on the face-offs. They're doing better in shots. It's 23-18. Penalty minutes we have less, but we haven't capitalized on the power play. Although we should have, because that should have been a power play goal and not goaltender interference, like said. They have one more block, but the big thing is we have 6 giveaways. They have 4, but we have 2. A couple of ours that don't count as giveaways are the icings, which are the 2 biggest plays in this game so far, where we iced the puck and the Bruins got goals right off the icing by Pastrnak and then Brad Marchand. So the Flyers, if they have any chance in this game in the third, which is tough against the Bruins are very good when playing with the lead, need to come out and play very aggressive and not play conservative like we've been doing most of this game, which makes no sense because we never even had a lead in this game, and we still haven't been playing with a lot of urgency or aggressiveness until the end of the second, and then the beginning when we were right off of the power play playing some aggressiveness, but then we went back into our conservative defense and laid back and allowed them to play very well in our offensive zone. If the Flyers want any chance of a comeback in this third period, they really need to step it up and get going and play aggressive. They can't let that bad call, which was a horrific call of goaltender interference, get a hold of them and have that affect them even more negatively than their mindsets already seem to be at. So we need to really step up and try to get out of the skid. The Flyers play Calgary on Monday, which I believe starts at 9. Hopefully there's a chance that they can come back today and get off of their skid, and hopefully the Flyers can return the favor of a couple teams lately coming back against them, and hopefully come back against a team like the Bruins. Of course, we're not the same team, but we were down 3-0 in that big game against the Bruins in the playoffs, and we came back, so that's at least, even though it's not exactly relevant in terms of this year's team, a good memory to think back on and just try to stay positive and hopeful that we have a chance to come back. And typically we play the Bruins well, or they destroy us, and so far this game is a game in which they're destroying us, so hopefully we can reverse that in the third and get going. This has been a reaction video to the first 2 periods by Flyers. I'll have a reaction video of the overall game after the game's over. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great Saturday. Peace.